You can make losing weight stupidly easy. The problem is most guys make it extremely hard for themselves because they approach their weight loss entirely wrong. And I know this firsthand because I used to be one of those guys. The truth was, I knew what I needed to do to build the body. I needed to work out more than I currently was, and I needed to eat a little bit cleaner than I already was. But I'd get that spark, feel motivated, and before I even had time to take action, I'd be back on the computer or watching TV, and the cycle would continue. The goal looked appealing. I knew I wanted the body, but all of that space in between where I was and where I wanted to be, that didn't seem as fun. So whenever I was coming off work tired or something else popped up, my fitness was the first thing to go. I'm sure you've felt the same before. It wasn't until about 3 years ago when I went through a bit of an identity crisis where I discovered something about my fitness that changed it from being something I felt like I needed to do to something I wanted to do. So in today's video, I'll share exactly what I discovered. Like a lot of guys, I was a big gamer growing up. I remember when I first got hooked onto Dark Souls, I played that game for like 10, sometimes even 12 hours straight. Why could I focus intensely on a video game for that long, but when it came to doing stuff that improved my health, I just had no interest? Well, the thing about video games is they actually have an inbuilt way of keeping you engaged. And no, I'm not talking about the flashy lights or the epic soundtracks. All of the best video games actually follow a simple structure built on captivating the brain and keeping it in a different state of being. That structure is there's an obvious goal with a reward, there's challenges and obstacles you have to overcome to get to that reward, and those challenges and obstacles are at your skill level. Let's take Warzone for example. The obvious goal is to get the win. The reward is that social praise and that status you get from feeling like you're the best out of all 100. The rules is shoot people when they come up in front of you. And if you believe you've got a chance to get the win, then you'll be hooked. But it's not just video games that have these qualities. Think of learning an instrument. If you're trying to learn guitar, the goal is to play a set of strings in order so it sounds good. The reward is again the social status, or maybe it's the internal pursuit of greatness. The rules are restricted to the guitar, and if the challenge is at your level and you feel like you can play those strings, then again, you'll be hooked. So how would this work for fitness? The thing about fitness is it requires an investment, quite a large one if you really want to take it to that next level. And if you're doing it simply because friends or family or you feel society's pushing you to do it, but you don't actually want to, you're never gonna last. Me personally, I got to the point where I was just sick of not being taken seriously and not having the confidence or that assertiveness in social settings. So my reward system was simple. If I felt more confident socially, I was able to have more conversations and hold more eye contact, then I was winning. And that meant I had a clear reward for the effort I was putting in. But imagine if you didn't know why you were doing it. Your goal was just, I don't want to be as fat. You've got such a lagging metric of success compared to if you truly knew the reason you were doing it. Maybe you being out of shape makes you feel uncomfortable at work and you just are tired of feeling like you're being judged. And if that's the case, don't use the metric for success how your physical appearance is changing. Use it for how comfortable you start feeling at work, because that's going to change a lot quicker than your physical appearance. You need to know your why, your true why. Because imagine someone that's trying to learn guitar and they don't really want to. Every time they mess up or they don't get it, they're just going to think to themselves, man, this is stupid. And that's probably how you've thought about exercise in the past. It's definitely what I think when I'm walking on the treadmill doing my cardio. But it's not just about the reward, because we also need to establish some rules around our fitness and learn to love the process. If you've tried working out in the past and you've fallen off or you've given up, this is why. The thing about getting in shape is there's no perfect meal plan, there's no perfect exercise routine, and there's no such thing as fast weight loss. And I think a lot of guys get this goal of getting in shape. They go online and they find some random diet plan and random exercise plan, or worse, they just show up to the gym and they say, all right, if I keep doing this, then I'll eventually get to my goal. But it just doesn't work like that. You need to understand the rules of the game and start to build your own system. Think about it. If I work a hospitality job in the evenings and I love having a huge breakfast when I wake up, what happens if I go online and I search up weight loss diets and I'm bombarded with people telling me intermittent fasting is the next best thing. And not only are they praising it, but they're all scientists, and they're all providing scientific studies on why it's going to help my heart and my cholesterol and my VO2 max. And all of a sudden, I'm following some diet that's completely against my preferences and my flow of life, which only means I'm less likely to stick with it long term, and I'm going to feel like shit when I start slipping off. Eventually, I'm just going to say to myself, this fitness thing, nah, it's not for me, and I'm just going to go back to what's comfortable. The biggest change I had with my fitness was understanding the perfect exercise routine and the perfect diet was the one I built around my life. And that means you have to go through trial and error. Like I said before, I've made so many mistakes around dieting and exercise that's cost me years of progress. But that's just the price I had to pay to find something I actually enjoyed and was sustainable. So let me give you the rules to follow and recommend how you can make a start. With diet, you need to make sure you're having enough protein. Ideally 0.8 to a gram of protein per pound of body weight is more than enough. You also need to watch your calories. Ideally 300 to 600 calories under your maintenance. If you don't know any of these numbers and you want a simple way to find it all out, down in the description you can find a downloadable PDF that has all of the ChatGPT prompts I've found that works really well and just giving you all of the answers. Doing all this stuff has never been easier, so don't overcomplicate it and don't kick yourself if you overeat on certain days. These are the rules around dieting. They can be broken. It's up to you to figure out how strict you want to be around this dieting game. Maybe you take it real serious for a month or two, make a ton of progress, and then relax for a month, take it easy, and then get back on it. My recommendation for getting started is just look at all of the favorite foods you enjoy eating now and use either a food app or ChatGPT and just figure out how many calories and how much protein are in the average serving sizes you eat. That way you can start to build a meal plan around all of the foods you already enjoy eating. Alright, let's talk about exercise, because it's very goal specific. I obviously wanted the nice body, so resistance training was what I went with. If you don't really want to get into a gym, then you can just do bodyweight training at home and get the same results, or you can go to a CrossFit class and do a group activity. There are so many ways up this mountain to get to that goal. Don't get locked into thinking there's only one option. I started my fitness journey with class fitness, learned the fundamentals, got comfortable in that environment, and then I moved to the gym. Try different things. Maybe you tried signing up to the gym in the past and you don't like the fact that you're going alone and there's no other accountability. Don't just give up and say, oh well, I guess it's not for me. Try a fitness class, try a boxing class, try getting a trainer or bringing a friend to the gym with you. You need to start looking at it like how a scientist looks at an experiment. I very much dislike training in the mornings, but instead of saying, oh well, I guess I can't do that, I tried moving it to the afternoons and then I tried the night times, and eventually I found something that I liked, for now. So those are the basic rules you've got to follow. But to ensure you're not getting discouraged and giving up too early, you've got to make sure the challenge is at your level. This means you aren't overwhelming yourself too early. If you don't feel comfortable going into a gym, then start with just walks or jogs around your block, and then maybe a bodyweight workout at home. If you're comfortable getting into a gym, but you don't really want to go into the weights room, then just have a workout on the machines and maybe the treadmill. The worst thing you can do is push yourself into a situation and then kick yourself for not being disciplined when your body and your brain start to revolt. Play to your edge, because you're going to have so much time in your fitness journey to try different things and push yourself. When it comes to starting though, just make it super easy. And for the gentlemen that just have no idea where to start, this video here is a step-by-step fitness protocol covering diet and exercise that's going to be a really good place to start. Otherwise, thanks for watching. See you later, gents.